Twitter has a constraint of 140 characters, and one of the purposes of the talk is to demystify that a little bit, and show people that despite that constraint, people worldwide, companies, entertainers are using the platform to tell really compelling stories and connect with one another and connect with their audiences. Twitter's live. It's public and it's conversational. It's live. It's real time. When news breaks, when things are happening around the world, it happens on Twitter first. It's public. Any piece of content that anyone produces on Twitter is accessible by the world, and it's conversational, whether it's two-way or one-to-many. And we tend to think of Twitter as the soundtrack of the world and the pulse of the world. And there are many implications to that, whether it's citizen journalists taking pictures of news and using social media as a way to communicate it, or companies leveraging our data and using our data to drive insights and perhaps change the way that they're producing product or change the way that they're thinking about marketing. And I guess most importantly, change the way that they communicate with their consumers. The example that I used in the presentation was of a manufacturer of deep fat fryers, which you wouldn't think of as someone that would use social media to drive business insights. And the challenge that they had was their equipment, which is very expensive, is sometimes not used the right way in the restaurants where they're installed. And so they came to us with that challenge and said, how do we fix that? How do we use Twitter data to better understand this problem? And we started looking at conversation around soggy fries and try to attribute them to the restaurants where people were having that conversation. And the insight that it drove is, in some cases, the equipment was actually installed the wrong way, and people weren't using it the right way. So it wasn't that the equipment was malfunctioning. There was actual user error in the restaurant, and people weren't installing it the right way, and it ended up saving them hundreds of thousands of dollars. I guess the most important thing to do on Twitter, and I talked about this in the presentation, is to take the time to listen. Twitter gives people an opportunity to market to their customers one-to-one. And if a customer or a brand advocate or someone who's interested in your business takes the time to say something about your brand, then I think it's your responsibility to listen, truly listen, and build that into the way that you manage and run your business.